Hey, so I just rolled past the Waymo facility, and this thing is getting real now. It's getting real. So, a couple years ago, it was like Waymo who, they ain't doing nothing. I mean, yeah, they doing it. Yeah, you hear about the cars, but it's like nobody's gonna actually want a Waymo car to drive them. Nobody's gonna want a driverless car to drive them. Fast forward to now, they said that they're doing millions and millions of rides. So the market is definitely changing, and that's the way everything is. Nobody first wanted, an iPhone when it first came out. I mean, it was cool, and it was only for a select few. You know what I'm saying? You had, it was a fashion statement and all of that. Cell phones. In other words, I guess I might be showing my age, but yeah, when cell phones first came out, nobody really thought like cell phones would blow up this way, or the internet, or social media in terms of like Facebook and Instagram. Nobody thought that these things would be as big as they are today. Back then, because it was just like you can't really. Nah, it ain't gonna be that big. Nah, whatever. It was just something that you do. Now, these things are almost synonymous in terms of like, social media. It's crazy how big these things have gotten. And what I'm starting to see with these Waymo cars, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because, again, that's what it's looking like is gonna happen. So let me show you this clip so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. It's just a small clip. I recorded it. I'm up here in Texas. So yeah, hold on. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty cool. This is a massive operation. I mean, it's just, like you can see, it's a lot more to it. There's a lot more than meets the eye. Like if you run across a Waymo car or whatever, or you've actually ridden in a Waymo car, it's a lot more that meets the eye. This is basically a whole warehouse. And I mean, yeah, it's a small little parking lot, but it just goes to show you that there's a lot more intention behind this stuff than you may think, like it's not just a small company anymore. There's real intention behind these things, and there's a real push behind it. So today's video is just more so about like, just talking about it, because as an Uber driver, of course, what do I, self-driving, autonomous driving, AI, robot cars, this is what we have to look forward to. As I'm riding with an AI car, because obviously I'm not driving. AI is something that is real and it's in your face. You have to understand that it's coming, it's coming, it's here. Actually, it's not coming, it's here. It's very much here. It's very much here. And so just like, again, I look at like back in the days. Back in the days, there was a time where, the only way that you could do stuff, you had to write stuff down. You had to write stuff down and you had to use a pen and paper. That was the only way that you could do stuff. technology. We have phones. We have, you can text it to yourself. You can do it through the Notes app. It's a lot more options today in terms of like taking notes. You can do it through voice. You can have it transcribed. You can have ChatGPT do it. You can have the Gemini or Grok do it. You can even do it while you're in your car. Like you don't have to do anything. You just tell your car to do it for you. Today is a very different world than it was 5, 10, 15 years ago. And that's partly because technology has changed the game. So for me as an Uber driver, I have to look at the same thing. Is it going to, can I be honest? Yes, it's going to take some rides. It's absolutely going to take rides. That's common sense. It is absolutely going to take some rides. That just makes sense, right? Because people want to be in a technology car. That makes sense. That's why for me personally, I use it a lot in my car. And you would be surprised at the reactions and what people are saying. Oh my gosh, your car, you're not touching the wheel, you're not driving, you're not. Obviously I'm paying attention, but outside of that, like, no. And it's only getting better. The car, these systems are only getting better in a sense of it's going to get to the point where I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything, and the car's just going to drive it. So as someone that is currently like using it, it's just amazing how far we've come. And it's amazing how far we've come, but how much more room there is to grow. Because like there are still some little things that need to be tweaked. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't like FSD all the time, 100% of the time. There are moments where it's like, I take over. I gotta get back in. I can't let it drive, But the amount, like, I would say, I'm confident in FSD about 80% of the time. 70, 80% of the time. We'll go from there, There's a small percentage of time where it's like, nope, you know what, I'll do this, I'll handle this. It's really complex, or like I'm here in Texas, so it's a lot of like construction, and the barriers are very close to the car, and it's like, nah, you know what, I'll handle that because I don't want it to be scratched. I don't want the side of my car to be scratched. Like but that's personal preference. If I'm being honest, that's personal preference. It's not anything like critical to my life. Like I've only had like a couple times where it's been like, okay, that was almost an accident. That was almost an accident. I'm glad I was paying attention. And that, which just, it's amazing. It's amazing because we are on the verge of history. So just to kind of go back to what the point of the topic was, seeing how big Waymo has gotten just in the last couple of years, obviously knowing that I'm in a Tesla, we already know the whole robo-taxi thing is coming. So it's like, this is something that's on the rise. And as an Uber driver, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion. If you haven't gotten it yet, this is something that you have to use to your advantage. Is it going to take rides? Yes. That's common sense. But it also can be to your advantage. So in my case, let's close out this video with just, some of the reasons why I use FSD or I use the self-driving feature myself. It helps me on longer trips. As an Uber driver, sometimes you get those rides and it's like, it's a pretty long trip. And as a driver, I usually don't want long trips because it's going to be tiring, it's annoying. You got this passenger in the back, you got to control, you got to focus on the passenger, got to focus on the road. there's a lot going on. But when you turn on FSD, it's like it takes some of the burden off. You still have to pay attention to the road. I still pay attention to the road. I'm still cognizant of what's going on. I'm still like, making sure that it doesn't hit a cone or something like that. But it helps. It's a slight help. Just like the same way if you're using the calculator, again, I know this is like, if you're using the calculator, you obviously need to know how to multiply it, how to get, a percentage and all of that stuff. But it helps you get the answer quicker. Definitely helps you get the answer quicker if you know how to do that stuff. So it's just one of I know that's a kind of slight example. But it is what it is. It's an advantage. It's a tool. This is what we have to do. We have to use these things as tools. Wow, now in another year, couple of years, I don't know what the world holds. But that's not my. I can't predict where we're gonna be at in 2-3 years. But it's my job to adapt. And that's the point of this video. Adapt. Use it as a tool. Now, and adapt. So, yeah, man, I'm kind of all over the place. Obviously, this is a car ride along type of video. So, it's a little bit harder to, like, be super concise. But yeah, man, with that being said, if you like these types of videos, you should subscribe. I'm a real driver. I really get out here. I'm really in the world. You should hit the like button if you like this, subscribe button. And yeah, man, if you don't have anybody else that's doing Uber in your area, download the app Telegram and hit the link in the description. Talk to us, man. We're a group. We're building, we're growing, slowly but surely. Now, I am mostly Florida-based, so it's biased. It is Florida biased. But if you're in a different state, different city, whatever, hey, don't hurt to talk to us. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I love you. I appreciate you. Deuces.